friends, it's Amanda. Welcome back for more Hip Kit Club inspiration. Joining you today for Cut File Tuesday and a main kit and cardstock kit layout only. So using the gorgeous subscriber cut file, I've picked the Merry and Bright one from the November cut files. And you can see I've cut it out twice. I've cut it once from the gorgeous festive and floral paper and once from my white cardstock. And yeah, I couldn't resist using the cardstock kits with the main kit today. So I've got that beautiful Jawbreaker green smooth cardstock as well. And I love the idea of running that across my page. So I'm using both the white and that gorgeous green. I had two cute photos to choose from today, but I think I'm going to use that one because of the white space on it. But I couldn't quite decide when I sat down to do this. So you'll see which one I choose in a moment. But yeah, here's that paper. It's called Festive Floral. It's of course from the Merry Everything collection. And I am using the November kits today. And then the Smoothies cardstock here, it's called Jawbreaker. There we go, you can see it now, Jawbreaker green. It's just divine. I think it is the most beautiful colour. I don't know if I would have called it Jawbreaker though. I'm not sure if there's something that I've missed there. I'm not sure, is there a lolly or something, or I don't know why I'd call it Jawbreaker green, but it's beautiful. It's an exquisite green. So very, very pretty. As you saw, I just folded it very loosely and tore the base of it there, and I'm actually going to adhere it straight onto my white cardstock like so, and yeah, and layer my title through that because I think it makes my title really pop, and you can see that gorgeous Merry and Bright. And of course the white version of the cut file is just really to help create a little bit of a border around the lovely cut pattern paper card that is cut from the cut file. So yeah, that what I've got now is kind of my plan. That's as far as I got. As I said, I thought about that photo. I love it, but I think that one's better because of the white background, and it's got both my darlings. So very merry and bright. As you can see, they were dressed up very silly for Christmas, and they're actually wearing shirts. We had a bit of we call it Boxing Day redo, and we do like a silly family day, and we all have a matching Hawaiian shirt, and even the Doxy pup wears one as well. They're very cute. That we all had the same shirts, and I just thought the festive floral paper actually matched their shirts really, really well this year. So I thought that would be perfect today. As you can see, I didn't take my paper right at the base there. I've given myself a bit of leeway room, and you'll see why in a minute. Firstly, of course, I'm going to massively distress these edges because I want a bit of texture and interest. It's going to be quite a simple design, so I need to add a bit to really lift it and give it that wow factor. But the reason is, yeah, I want to put something in under it, and I couldn't decide, and I quickly flicked through my main kit papers, what I had left over, and you'll see this paper, I must have used it for my babushka dolls because you can see the cut out of the head at the top there. And I liked the little stripping along the top, so I'm going to save that and actually add that to my cardstock. A stripping across the top there, just to trim the top of my page. I really like that colour, and I think it'll cut through nicely. But this gorgeous paper, this lovely pretty blue, I'm just going to tear it and tuck it in under my gorgeous Jawbreaker cardstock as well. So just creating a real point of interest with papers and cardstock today. And I think that's really lovely. You know, I've got a huge oversized cut file title today, and that was actually part of our design team brief today for Cut File Tuesday, was to use an oversized title. So yeah, look at that. That looks really cool. I'm happy with that. Off camera, because my sewing machine doesn't like me, I zigzag stitched that piece in place just again for a little bit of texture. I've backed my cut files together and of course foam mounted them. You can see that took me a good 10 minutes. It was very slow to put all the foam on the back of that, but I think the effect is really good. You don't really see the white cut file, but it does add that little bit of support to make the cut file stand out that little bit better. It's almost like a shadow of white, just to highlight it even more against that gorgeous Jawbreaker green. There is some fantastic chipboard frames. Oh, there are some fantastic chipboard frames in the main kit, and I had to use one for my photo, of course, because it's going to get lost amongst that massive bright background and title. So just framing my photo to give it that extra. And yeah, and using a colour that perhaps isn't very prevalent, so it does have a different point of interest. So that really soft muted blue, which is quite lovely. I think it's got snowdrops on the frame. It's very sweet. The die cuts that are included in the kit as well, of course, there is that fabulous Santa, so it needs to be on there. And then I found these two sentiments, Dear Santa and Merry Christmas, and I love them because, of course, he is dressed up as Santa. They're actually it's a really funny little pair of sunglasses with the hat and beard attached to it, and he thought he was so hilarious. So it was a really fun and bright, yeah, a merry and bright moment. They were being very silly and was lovely for Christmas. So yeah, so Boxing Day for us, but yeah, really funny day and a really good one. So I'm just going to pop some tape on the back of that and pop these pieces in because I'm a little bit unsure at this point what else I'm going to do with my page, because the title, it really does pop. It's fabulous, but it's really dominant. So I thought I'll just stick down what I have in place already and then go from there. So just gluing in those sentiments, and I've lined it up so that the Merry and the Christmas line up with Santa's boot there. So everything's aligned and nice and orderly, because I think there's enough texture and bright, bold interest at the top of the page that we need to keep the rest very organized and orderly. There you go, Dear Santa. He is a dear little Santa, isn't he? He's very cute. Yeah, so just thinking about decorating the back here now as well. So some more of the die cuts. I love those little jingle bells. I thought they were really sweet. I'm going to add them in. And maybe some ornaments. I'm not sure at this point. Oh, God, there's so much to choose from too, isn't there? Like, I'm only using the Main and the Cardstock Kits. And seriously, I still had so much trouble picking out what to use. And, you know, when I think about it, I've already done like 4 or 5 layouts or big projects with these kits, and they're still giving. So that was the November hip kits, and as I said, still giving. My December ones are in transit. I can't wait for them to arrive, but January has just been released, and oh my heart, you really want to make sure that you have a subscription locked in, because seriously, you don't want to miss out this month. Just so much gorgeousness happening at the Hip Kit Club as always, and lots of gorgeous exclusives as well. So I'll have links to the shop in the description box below for you for that as well. And of course, lots of information on how you can join in with all the Hip Kit fun as well, because the Facebook group is really great for sharing ideas and just lots of lovely things happening. So all of that will be in the box below. Just adding some chipboard stickers there. I like those little holly pieces. And yeah, and then I decided that to cut through some of that green, it would be really nice to have some black and white. And of course, there were those fabulous chipboard black and white snowflakes, and I thought they would just help to support that title and embellish through that top section, because that lovely forest green is, sorry, it's Jawbreaker green, but to me it looks very forest. I'm not understanding the Jawbreaker name. If it's a cultural thing, please let me know, because I don't understand. To me, it's a very forest green. Jawbreaker sounds so aggressive. It's such a pretty colour. There we go, popping that one in there as well. So I'm lining them up so we've got that lovely, 3 points, keeping everything in that rule of 3 and that triangular focus on that title. I've picked out some die cuts that have ornaments and dangly bits and things, but I think I'll also use some more of those snowflakes. I know there were some black and white ones. Oh, there they are. There you go. Some black and white ones as well. So just to balance out again, those chipboard ones, and lining them back up as well. So just a couple more. And I don't want to go crazy with embellishments because it is a very busy title. That festive floral paper is absolutely stunning, but it is quite busy. And I think if I add too much, it's going to really distract and make it hard to read the title. So, and that's also why I've got the Jawbreaker cardstock behind it as well. So it really does pop and stand right out. But as I said, it matched their shirts and it was just too perfect. So when I get to the close-ups in the video, you'll have to have a look at their shirts and see if you think it's a good match. But theirs were Hawaiian, but you can't really see it. But the colour is just, it's spot on. It's a perfect match. So I had to use it. Had to be done. And I like the fact that the gold Jingle Bell die cuts really popped against that green as well. So I've gone and picked out the puffy dots that were included as well. I'm picking out all those, the golden color ones, because the gold just really offsets that green. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It's such a warm color, and the green is so cool that I think they balance beautifully. So nice contrast there. And coming in, I do like those wood veneers. They're very, very cute. Such a beautiful embellishment. I've sort of been hoarding it. I have used a couple, but I have to be honest and say I'm hoarding them because I really do love those veneer stickers. I think they're beautiful. Encourage me to use them. I don't know what I'm hoarding them for. They're just so pretty. And then I was originally in my thoughts going to dangle the ornaments off the title, but I think I'm going to tuck them in and under those layers like so. And I like the idea of that black one being sewn into place as well. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do with them. So I'll just glue down the red and the green, and I'm just going to tuck them in so you can just sort of see that they're dangling up and underneath. So I won't have to sew those ones in place, but you'll get the impression. I think that looks really cool. I'm actually really excited about this page. I really had no idea what I was going to make when I first cut the titles out. I just thought, oh, that matches their shirts. And then I hadn't really done much else on the thought process. So happy with how this is turning out. I'm just going to, pop a little hole between the loop in the die cut and of course my cardstock, and I'm just threading one long piece of golden embroidery thread. It's just a nice metallic gold thread. It's nice and chunky so it's easy to see. There we go. And I'll just pop another hole in and underneath, and you can see again, this is why I didn't stick everything down, because I had a feeling that I would be tucking things in and under, and always trust yourself. There we go. And oh, that looks cute with the dangling one. I like that. And it'll have a bit of movement, which is nice on the page as well, because we've got lots of texture and lots of dimension, so it's good to have some movement as well. And then of course sequins to finish off, because why wouldn't you? They're so gorgeous. And it kind of, the sequins make me, I don't know, with that title and the whole Christmassy feel, I felt like it was like, reminded me of Sugar Plums Danced in Their Head, part of the story, you know, the Night Before Christmas rhyme. I thought that, it just reminded me of that. I don't know why, but there you go. Lots of beautiful close-ups coming for you now. I hope you enjoyed my process video today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and thanks again for all your support. We really love having you as part of the Hip Kit Club group, and have yourself a wonderful, happy Arty days. Bye.